Hey, thanks for tuning in. Tom with SLR Tom is here. What do I have here? I have the new Sony 400-800. Stay tuned for my feedback on this, okay? So yeah, this lens, this is amazing value. I don't think you can go wrong if you're a Sony shooter and shoot birds. 400-800 is a great range. Yeah, even at F8, I mean, that's still amazing. Like that can, if it's sunny outside, I mean, this lens is insane. Now, if you shoot at dusk or dawn when it's dark, maybe you need to go to F4. I don't know, but I would say this coupled with some high ISO performing cameras, not this here is the A7 IV. This is not a high ISO performing camera. Couple this with something that's virtually noiseless. I mean, this lens can do it all if you're a bird shooter. What do we get with this lens here? 400-800 millimeter zoom, f/.6.3-8, 6.3 at the wide end and 8 at the far end, right? At 800 millimeters. It weighs 2.5 kilos, so 5 pounds, 5.5 pounds. Seems a lot heftier than its brother or sister, the 2-600. And I'll tell you what, this seems probably the best birders lens there is right now, at least for Sony. Now for Canon, we do have the 2-800, but it's a smaller lens with less light, okay? So that's kind of the shortcoming. As far as speed, they do seem about the same in my testing. I've gotten great shots with this. It seems like this one's, I would say it's a little softer than the Sony at the far end. And it kind of should be, right? Price-wise, so this Canon here is what, $2,000, a little bit less than $2,000, $1,899. This here, I think we saw it at B&H at $28.98, okay? At the B&H, all right? So, I don't know, this kind of feels so much better though. You do have the internal zoom. It only takes this much to zoom in. So this is the 800. This is gonna be the 400, the far end. So quick and very, very, very easy to zoom in. Now you get the external zooms. You have to do this at least twice. 3 times of about the same range. So you get here 2-800 versus 400-800. So a big minus here is the external zoom. For some, this is a showstopper. They really hate the external zoom. I do, however, like the range. So it means less lenses you got to take with you. I don't think the optics is kind of sacrificed. It's just they decided to do a smaller aperture on this, right? Not to cannibalize the bigger sales. Like Canon, they released this 100-300 f2.8. You can throw in a 2x teleconverter, right? So then you have a 200-600 f5.6. Yeah, but you're talking about $10,000 here, okay? And this here is $2,000. And this is $3,000, okay? And I'll tell you what, when it comes to shoots, it really depends more on your technique. And by technique, I mean like getting out there, getting in position, getting closer to the birds at the right time with the right lighting. That depends more. That gives you higher quality than having the best gear. If you have the best gear, but not out there in the optimal conditions, you're not gonna get great shots. It's just, you gotta be out there, maybe sit in a hide, make sure the birds get close. So all in all, I am really, really impressed with this lens. I think it's gonna be super popular. And for our Pro Media Gear fans, we do have a foot here on the 2-6. And it's not gonna be the same foot for this because they have 4 screws down there, okay? They don't have this other mechanism. Okay, so I would say in a few weeks' time, please check our website, promediagear.com. we should have the replacement foot. Price, I would say that's gonna be somewhere between, I don't know, I would say about 150 bucks, maybe less, maybe 100 bucks for a foot, okay? So relatively speaking to the cost of the lens, it's like 5% of the value of the lens. It's really nothing, okay? Maybe not nothing, but it's something to us. Okay, now I did go out there, take some shots with this lens. So the front element is much beefier. Let's maybe compare it to the Canon, to the 800, okay? So just compare them side by side. I mean, Sony lens just looks much more professional, right? P for professional, okay? Also, this lens can focus at very short distances here, right? You got a couple lens limiter switches here, positions, okay? Optical image stabilizations, 3 modes, AF, no AF, okay? One other thing I want to talk about is they do say it's weather sealed. However, when we took this off, you could see the insides of that lens. Now, I'm an engineer, but I still don't know if keeping this above the camera and having it rain down, if that could get water inside here. So, and there's no kind of like weather sealing here between this and this rotating element here. Okay, so just out of caution, I would say just keep this down, let the water drip. Don't keep this up when it's raining, okay? To summarize, this lens offers incredible value, okay? And I'm sure you know that $3,000 is flying off the shelves. Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat a little hefty, but honestly, it's a lot lighter than the F4 or 2.8 lenses, whatever, okay? And its focusing is instant. It's really fast, and it can focus at 120 frames a second if you have that crazy camera without a problem. Silent, it's just smooth. It's I'll tell you what, these days, all these lenses and these mirrorless cameras, it's like cheating. Like, you get out there and yeah, you can shoot as long as you can keep the bird in frame, it'll focus on you, okay? And then just have to make sure that you're shooting the right settings. You know, birds in flight, small bird, f/2000th of a second, maybe a little faster. Something static, well, you know, maybe you can get away with 1/200th of a second, 1/100th, you know. Just play around, you'll see, okay? Again, 10 out of 10, okay? I am not ditching my Canons yet. Here's my, actually I got the R1 here, so we're gonna be coming up with some accessories for that as well. We also have a foot for the 100-300, okay? But in any case, yeah, if you have any questions about Pro Media Gear stuff, just pmg@promediagear.com, that's our email, or give us a call, 708-263-4443. Thanks for watching and keep on shooting. Thank you.